Okay, we've got you up to speed on the floor and the backsplash in the kitchen. Now we want to talk about the gas fireplace insert that's happening here in the great room. Now it might seem like we're kind of bouncing around, but actually as the heating guys are taking care of the stuff in the kitchen, they're also working on this. So in addition to running the PEX pipe for the new heaters in the kitchen, they also ran some flexible gas pipe from the basement to the wood-burning fireplace in the living room. And they just coiled that up in the firebox, so that's been sitting, waiting for the guys to come over and install the fireplace today. So we have Nick Neeson and Joe Wyant here to install the actual gas insert. So Joe, these are very much the same as a drywall opening. You just slide in a fireplace like we've done so many times.
That's right. A gas insert and a direct vent fireplace use the same technology, Dean. It's just that they have a couple of key differences between them.
What are the differences?
Well, those differences are, number one, that a gas insert is designed to go into an existing masonry structure, whereas a gas fireplace is designed to go where there is no existing fireplace. So that fireplace has a insulating barrier around it so that you can frame right around it, whereas a gas insert is designed to go into an existing masonry structure. You don't have to have that insulating barrier.
No combustibles here.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
And then the other key difference is the venting system itself. Again, with the gas fireplace, it uses a coaxial venting system, a vent within a vent. That inside vent is an exhaust vent, and the outside vent is the intake. And by doing it that way, you're able to frame, within a short distance of that venting system.
Yep.
Whereas with a gas insert, there is no combustible materials around it, so they use what they call collinear venting systems. So what we do is we drop a couple of liners down through that existing chimney system. One's an intake, one's an exhaust liner. And we attach those to a cap up at the top of the chimney.
And that, I suppose, just hooks up to the back of the fireplace.
That's right, Dean. There's a little plate here that we attach the liners to, and then we slide the insert into place, and this plate just slides over the insert. It's really a nice system. Makes it easier for the installer to get the physical unit into the fireplace box so that you don't have to be reaching around in there with your arms.
Now, one thing I was surprised is this thing is really a nice fit for the fireplace we've got. How many different sizes do they manufacture?
Each of the manufacturers will make multiple sizes, so to fit a variety of fireplace openings, because there is no such thing as a standard fireplace opening.
Yeah, and then I suppose there are trim options around the outside, so you kind of build.
There's a different size trims too that allow us to adjust for different openings.
We'll see how that works here in just a second, I suppose.
Correct.
So Joe, what is it that make these fireplaces really look realistic?
Well, one of the things that they do, Dean, is this goes on the inside of the cavity of the fireplace, and it's designed to look like a masonry fireplace brick interior.
Sure.
And it also has an insulating characteristic too for the fireplace itself.
Yeah, I mean it's so light, and it looks kind of fake right here, but you get it in the fireplace, and I mean it's amazing how it takes on that look.
Yes. The logs themselves are made out of a lightweight ceramic fiber material. You can see that doesn't feel like a real log, and they're designed to absorb the heat from the burner itself, so as the unit burns, these will actually glow red. And then they also add a ember nugget type of material along the burner itself, which also will give you that nice glow off of the unit.
So even once you turn off the gas, you still get that heat off those logs and stuff.
Oh, definitely. They use ceramic glass, which is designed to radiate heat into the room, and it's an excellent and very comfortable source of heat for the home.
And then how about trim for around the outside?
Sure. In this case, they've chosen what they call their contour trim kit.
Okay.
But there are several different trim and face combinations that you can select. Some of them are very contemporary in design. Some are more traditional, like you see here. You can do nickel trims or square trims, contoured trims, or a cast iron trim that you can select.
So this is what we're using right here for our outside trim,
Correct.
Right?
And then our inner trim is going to be this combination here, which they call the clear view.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you can get something that looks, very old-fashioned or fairly contemporary right here.
Right.
Good to have choices.
Yes.
So Joe, with everything hooked up and all the decorative elements on, why don't we kind of step through some of the controls here?
Sure. Well, with this remote control system, you'll never have to manually light your pilot. You can light the pilot right from the remote control system itself, and you have the capability then of either operating as electronic ignition system or a standing pilot system.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And everything is powered directly off of batteries, so you'll always have heat source for the home. Even if you're without electricity, you'll still have a reliable heat source.
Because you have the pilot line.
Correct.
And what this allows you to do too is to operate the fire off of a thermostat, right? So if
Correct.
it gets too warm in the room, it'll shut the fire off.
Correct. Yeah, the handheld unit is a thermostat, so wherever you set this in the room, it'll act as your thermostat.
Obviously, you don't want to set this right above the fireplace.
Yes, we recommend that you place it at least 10 feet away. Also, when you're operating the thermostatic mode, it actually modulates. So the remote control checks in with the receiver every 3 minutes or so and actually will modulate the flame to a lower level as you're approaching the desired temperature.
I mean, you can see why they're so easy to work with.
You'll just use your fireplace so much more often than you did in the
Compared to
past.
running out in the backyard for another pile of firewood.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, again, another nice job done here, guys. It's
Thank you.
fun to do it in a masonry fireplace. I've always wondered, how one of these things would work. So.
Yep.